You can get the cards you need for today's Budget Magic deck and support the show from this episode's sponsor, Card Kingdom. Just follow the link in the description box down below.
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. So, it's been a while, but this week we are heading back to Modern, but we're still in keeping with the Dominaria theme. We are playing some sweet new Dominaria cards in the Modern format in a deck that I'm calling Thunderous Wizards. It's basically a combo of a blue-red prowess style deck, also Wizards Tribal with some sweet Thunder synergies thrown in. As you can see, $99 in the paper world, 56 ticks on Magic Online, so a pretty awesome price, especially for Modern, where decks are a little bit more expensive than Standard. A quick reminder before we break down Thunderous Wizards for Modern. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy Budget Magic in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Thunderous Wizards in Modern, starting with kind of the card that makes this deck possible, and that is Adliz the Cinderwind. So Adliz is a combo of a really strong prowess card, being a 2/2 flying hasty attacker with essentially prowess, and also a wizard's lord or a wizard's prowess lord. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery, not only do we get to prowess our Adliz and give it +1/+1, we get to do it to all of our wizards. So this is growing our entire team and gets really out of control really quickly. So kind of plan A for this deck is to play a wizard on 1, play a wizard on 2, play Adliz on turn 3, untap on turn 4, cast a bunch of spells, maybe some burn spells, some cantrips, pump our team epically, and just kill our opponent on turn 4. We can win really quickly with our Adliz, because not only does it get huge, it pumps our entire team and is evasive, so tons of damage coming in. Backing up our Adliz, we have Stormchaser Mage, which is like best friends with Adliz. So Stormchaser Mage, 3/1, flying, haste, prowess itself. If we can play Stormchaser into Adliz, Stormchaser essentially has like double prowess. So we cast a spell, Stormchaser gives itself +1/+1, becoming a 2/3, but then Adliz also gives Stormchaser Mage +1/+1, so it becomes a 3/5, and then let's say we cast another spell. All of a sudden it's hitting for 5 in the air, or another spell, 7 in the air, so it becomes just the most insane threat when we have Adliz, and it's even fine on its own, just like Storm Chasing, hit for 1, untap the next turn, play a couple things, hit for 2 or 3 in the air. That all adds up to a super fast clock in the air. So those are kind of our big finishing wizards. In the 1-drop slot, we have some more wizards. So Soulscar Mage, kind of like a ground version of Stormchaser Mage with the double prowess trick with Adliz, plus it turns our burn spells into damage to 6 around, which isn't relevant in every matchup. Plus we really want to be sending our burn spells at our opponent's face if we can, but if we really got to get through a Gurmag Angler or a Tarmogoyf or something, putting -1/-1 counters on it is a good way to kind of save up our burn spells and make that creature smaller, trade in combat. Get to Lava Runner probably looks weird, but it's pretty easy to turn it into a 2/2 as early as turn 2 in this deck, because we have a lot of cheap spells to cast. And then, in the late game, it's just like a better Goblin Guide. While a 2/2 for 1 with haste might not sound insane, it's still a reasonable card in the late game, especially since it's supporting our wizard synergies. So these are our main wizards. Then we have our weird wizard. You're probably wondering, Sage of Eptyr, why in the world are you playing this random 1/1 for 1 that like indexes, lets you rearrange the top 4 cards of your library? So Sage is a wizard. It gives us another 1-drop. We want to be aggressive. It gives us a wizards on the battlefield for the cards that care about that, or Adliz and some other stuff. The bigger deal is Sage enables the Thunderous part of our deck. So the spiciest aspect of this deck is by far Thunderous Wrath. So the goal of our deck, like we've been talking about, is to get in a ton of quick damage. Hit our opponent, kill them quickly. Thunderous Wrath is like our best finishing burn spell. It's 5 damage. Normally it's 6 mana, which is a lot of mana for our deck. We only have 19 lands, I believe, but if we miracle it, it costs 1 mana. So the idea is Sage comes down, lets us set up the top of our deck so we can time it out where we hopefully have some of our prowess creatures, our Adliz on the battlefield, play our Thunderous Wrath with Miracle Cost for 1 mana, hit our opponent's face, close out the game. So this is kind of just a ton of damage. So we don't need to 20 our opponent with our creatures. We can get in like 10 damage with our creatures and throw big burn spells like Thunderous Wrath at our opponent's face to do the rest. Speaking of burn spells, the other huge reason to play Wizard Prowess or our Thunderous Wizard deck is Wizard's Lightning. So Lightning Bolt is one of the absolute best cards in the Modern format. Our deck has 8 of them because in our deck we have a million wizards, a lot of 1-drop wizards, so we are almost always able to cast Wizard's Lightning for 1 mana, which means we just have a ton of ways to close out the game. Not even just Thunderous Wrath, but we have these wizards who are triggering prowess. We do really insane amounts of damage with this deck because it's so easy to go 1-drop into Storm Chaser, into Atlas, and then untap on turn 4 and be like, bolt your face, maybe with some cantrips thrown in, and just win the game out of nowhere. So 8 bolts makes the deck super powerful. Cantrip-wise, Serum Vision, Opt, couple of Charted Courses. These cards help set up our deck, help find our threats, help set up our Thunderous Wrath, Serum Visions does. Opt gives us a way to draw Thunderous Wrath at instant speed, like we've done in other Miracle decks with Terminus. But more importantly, they're just cheap spells that don't cost us a card, that trigger our Atlas, trigger our Soulscar Mage, trigger our Storm Chaser Mage, all of our prowess stuff, get instants and sorceries in our graveyard for our Lava Runner. So apart from just helping us find the right pieces at the right time, they're cheap ways to support all of the spell synergies in our deck. As far as the mana base, pretty simple. A bunch of dual lands. This is the most expensive part of the deck, but we really need our lands to come into play untapped. We can't afford the fetches and shocks, too much for the budget, so we have 4 Sulfur Falls. Usually comes into play untapped. We have 8 basic lands, so hopefully it can be our second land. Shivan Reef costs a bit of life, but always untapped. Spire Bluff, our deck usually doesn't get much past 4 lands anyway, so usually untapped. So these cards just help make sure we can cast all of our spells on time. A bunch of basic lands. In the sideboard, we have a bunch of different counters. Spell Pierce, really important because we're trying to be aggressive. It gives us a way to protect our big threats from removal spells. And usually, if we can close out the game quick enough, the fact that our opponent can pay 2 to kind of counter our Spell Pierce, well, we can avoid that by just killing our opponent so quickly it doesn't matter. Negate gives us a hard counter. Disdainful Stroke gets big creatures as well as spells. We have some more customizable removal. Against little creature decks, Searing Blood gives us damage and a way to clear blockers out of the way. Roast takes down Eldrazi and Gurmag Anglers and Tarmogoyfs. Tormod Script is a cheap way to trigger prowess that also hates on Graveyard. And that is Thunderous Wizards for Modern. And that's our budget Magic deck for this week. So this deck is awesome. It is super sweet. If you like wizards, you like tribal decks, you like spell slinging prowess style decks, you like aggro decks, you're just gonna love this deck. I think this deck is really good, and it's actually like pretty competitive in the Modern format. So I'm gonna stop talking about it. It's better if you just see how it works. So let's get to the game so you can see the beauty of Thunderous Wizards. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and I'll be back in a bit with the wrap up. All right, budget Magic time. Playing some Thunderous Wizards, and we got the Thunder in hand. This hand's okay. We're gonna keep it. I don't think it's especially exciting, but we'll try it. I mean, we have a 1-drop. We got some burn spells, some lightning bolts, multiple bolts. Thunderous Wrath, kind of the odd card out, but Oh, Waste. What is happening? Oh, so many bolts. So many bolts. Lava Runner, go. Buried Ruin. If this is a Chalice on 1, I'm going to cry. Ballista X1. Alright. Slightly better than Chalice on 1. I'll play an island. Play Serum Visions. Land, bottom. Storm Chaser, top. Get in with Lava Runner. Yeah, let's bolt our opponent's face. Get in as much damage as possible. So hit our opponent down to 15. Pass the turn. We're actually not that far away from winning with this Storm Chaser coming next turn. And if we ever get to 6 mana, look out. Sanctum of Ugin. What is this deck? It looks like an Eldrazi Tron deck or something, but we have not seen a single Tron piece. Maybe it is a Tron deck and it's just like the worst draw. Opponent gets in with Ballista and passes. Well, Mountain. Storm Chaser Mage. Go attacking. Yeah, we'll just let it go. We don't really want to let Ballista eat our stuff. Okay, it is Eldrazi Tron. Thought not Sia. Yeah, I guess we let it go. Gonna take one of our bolts, I assume. Yep, takes a bolt. Opponent. Getting in with Walking Ballista. Sure. We untap. More lands. Ugh. Well, play an island. We're just gonna attack with both. Attack, attack. Opponent blocks. Well, let's... Lightning, Thought Not. Draw a card. Alright. Opt isn't the worst. We'll pass. Ghost Quarter. Reality Smasher. Ballista X2. Alright. Opponent getting in for 1. Yep. Well, let's see what we draw. Opt. Well, playing Opt. Pump Storm Tamer. Sage, I think to the bottom. Shivan Reef. Go attacking. Opt. Soulscar Mage to the bottom. Lightning Bolt. Oh, this might be working. Sulfur Falls. Oh man, no Thought Knot, no Thought Knot. We have the 6 mana. Mana Reshaper. Sure. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it the old-fashioned way. We are so doing it. Worse than Lava Axe, but gonna win us this game, I think. Yes. Not how we drew it up, but oh man. Thunderous Wrath to the face. Oh man. Oh man. I can't believe that worked. Alright. With the Thunderous Wrath, we're not supposed to be casting it for 6. So I think we need the 2 Robes and the 2 Disdainful Strokes. And I think we just go Sage. Oh, I'm a little worried about Chalice of the Void. It is brutal. I guess we hope they don't draw it. Maybe we should have Smash to Smithereens in the sideboard. Chalice decks aren't all that popular at the moment, though. Well, let's try it like that. If we get Chalice, life is going to be super hard, but in theory, Storm Chaser and Adliz can still do it. Sure. I mean, not an exciting hand, but we have Sage to set things up, and we have 1,000,000 points of burn. Opponent's on the Tron start. Well, let's stack our deck. Whew, that is what we wanted to see. All right. So Storm Chaser, Adliz, pass the turn. We have actually a super scary start now. Chalice is still obnoxious, but in theory we just Storm Chaser into Storm Chaser Tapland into Adliz into Bolt, and that's super lethal on turn 4. Oh boy. Or maybe our opponent just has Tron. There's a Mind Stone. If our opponent can Tron and all this dust, that's a little scary. Hopefully they don't have Tron. So opponent, passing. Well, we're just going to keep spending our life. Oh, so painful. So painful. Storm Chaser. So far we've hurt ourselves more than we've hurt our opponent. Go attacking. Is this Dismember? Well, we can live with that. At least our opponent had to pay a ton of life to kill it. Pass the turn. This is a big turn. Oh no. Well, that's unfortunate. Eldrazi Tron doesn't try too hard to put together Tron, but when they just happen to luck into it, it is insane. Is this the biggest Walking Ballista? Thought not Seer. Takes a bolt. Oh, good God. Oh, Eldrazi Tron. Yep, takes a bolt. No, that's absurd. Well, play Storm Chaser. Play a Tapland. Get in for 1. I don't think we can win from here, though. That's kind of pretty close to the Eldrazi Tron nuts. That was 2 Thought Not Seers on turn 3. And an Endbringer. Okay, now that I think it's officially the Eldrazi Tron nuts. Is there any way we win from here? I don't believe so. Opponent passes. Well, play Adeliz. We just got to keep attacking. Or attempting to attack. This Endbringer is going to make things hard. Get in with our flyers. Unfortunately, we know we're drawing a land next turn. So I don't think there's any way we can actually win. That's just so much mana for our opponent. Down to 11, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Mana Reshaper. Expedition Map. Cracks Expedition Map. Tower. Plays Tower. Yep. Yeah, that does it. Yeah, we're going to scoop it up. We can't win from here with drawing a land next turn. Tron is good when you cast 2 Thought Knots on turn 4. And let's run it back. I think this is our setup. We get to be on the play, which is good. Still can just get janked out by Chalice, and there's not a whole lot we can do if that happens. Alright, we're on the play. I guess we're keeping. Not super excited about this hand. We do have a Storm Chaser. Also have a Thunderous Wrath. No 1-drop, though. Well, Sulfur Falls go. We really need this Storm Chaser to live. Tower. Opponent passes. Well, play Spire Bluff. Play a Storm Chaser. Go attacking. Pass the turn. Oh, man. There's Chalice on 1. Man, is our opponent just going to luck into Tron twice in a row? That sounds like an Eldrazi Tron thing to do. Almost. Eldrazi Temple. Opponent passing. We are flooding out. Well, get in with Storm Chaser. Ooh, Spatial Contortion. Well, let's Wizard's Lightning. This might actually work to our advantage. Hit our opponent for 5. Thanks. Thanks to the giant growth effect of Spatial Contortion. And now we might have a shot. If our opponent doesn't have a Thought-Knot Seer, this Flood Out is going to get us to hardcasting Thunderous Wrath. Alright, Endbringer. We could just hit a Thunderous Wrath here. Ooh, Storm Chaser. I do like that as well. Play a Mountain. Play Storm Chaser. Wizard's Lightning our opponent. Wow, Wizard's Lightning has been so important because it doesn't care about Chalice. If those were actual lightning bolts, we would be losing this game 100%. Come on, no Thought-Knot. No Thought-Knot. Thunderous Wizards. Oh, we could... If we beat Eldrazi Tron twice by 6 mana Thunderous Wrath, opponent, Reality Smasher. That's a lot of damage, but it leaves the Thunderous Wrath in our hand. Opponent gets in for 10. Yup. Pass the turn. Opponent's going to untap. Yup. Stops the Storm Chaser. Oh, play Chivalry. And, yeah? I mean, Thunderous Wizards. Thunderous? Woo! Oh, man. Man, we had it in our opening hand both times, and it looks so bad. We're like, oh, we never will cast these. We don't have the mana. But both times, Thunderous Wrath came through and won us the game. Whew, man. The deck is sweet, and Thunderous Wrath also pretty sweet. All right, Budget Magic time. We are heading to Modern this week to play some Thunderous Wizards. And we got Wizards. We only got 1 land, but hopefully that's okay. Experiment 1. Well, let's see what we draw. We might have to start killing things. Spire Bluff. Well, let's wait. Play Spire Bluff. Play Soulscar Mage. Next turn, we can start throwing bolts at creatures if we have to. And getting in damage, which is important. There's a Strangleroot Geist. Yep. Pumps Experiment 1. Opponent gets in. Well, we got to take it. Down to 16. Opponent passes. See what we draw. Lava Runner. Alright, play Sage. Set up the top of our deck. Interesting. Man, maybe we just race. That sounds crazy, but... Well, Atlas last, since we don't have mana. Us is actually tricky. So we're working with 2 lands. Do we kill creatures, or do we just go aggro? We're gonna draw Thunderous Wrath next turn. Yeah, I guess it's... So Thunderous Wrath next turn, Lightning Bolt the following turn. Play Chivalry. Yeah, let's kill Experiment 1. Get in with Soulscar Mage. Hit our opponent. Down to 18. Pass the turn. So next turn we can Thunderous Wrath and Hasty Lava Runner. Alright, more Experiment 1s. And Rancor. Alright. I think we just take 4. Down to 11. Untap Thunderous Wrath. Go face. Hit our opponent to 13. Play Lava Runner. Go attacking. Hit our opponent to 9. Pass the turn. There's a decent chance we win next turn unless we die to a aspect of the Hydra. Opponent. More Rancors. Goes attacking. Now we'll block Strangleroot. Alright. Well, I guess maybe we shouldn't have done it that way. Maybe we should have, oh man. Maybe we should have left up a removal spell just in case. Oh, that was a sad one. That should have been a super easy win. Even being on the draw should have been just super easy. Well, bring in some more creature removal. I guess we got to go down Adliz, go down a Thunderous Wrath, bring in the Searing Bloods, try it like that. Aye! Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. Well, last week I got yelled at by people saying I wasn't aggressive enough, so there you go, people who yelled at me. We were aggressive. If we just left up a lightning bolt there, we would have probably won. Alright, we're on the play this game, which is good. Well, that is more than 1/4 of the lands in our entire deck, which is actually kind of amazing. Thankfully, we should be able to set things. Lordy. Lordy. Well, land last. Wizard's Lightning next turn. Thunderous Wrath. Well, we're going to go Storm Chasing. We get down Storm Chaser next turn, then we just start throwing Thunderous Wrath at our opponent's face. Opponent plays a Forest, passes. These Thunderous Wraths might be enough. Play Storm Chaser. Go attacking. Hit our opponent. Down to 18. It's so much damage. Opponent. Dryad Militant. Sure. And a Forest. Opponent. Passing. Well, yeah, let's Thunderous Wrath. To the face. Pump Storm. Go attacking. Opponent takes it. Down to 10. And, I mean, I think we just have lethal next turn. Forest. Opponent. Gonna get frisky. Yeah, gets in with Militant. Down to 18. Scavenging Ooze. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, we know what's on top. It's a Thunderous Wrath. To the face. Oh. We're going too early. Yes, we would like to cast it for 1 mana, not 6. Trigger Storm Tamer. Go attacking. Oh, Lord. Do we just go for it? We know we're drawing a useless land next turn. Whatever. Kill you? There is that, like, 1 mana gain a bunch. Life something. Whew, alright, it worked. It worked. Double Thunderous Wrath. Whew. That is more or less how we imagined it. Sage setting it up. That was a horrible hand, too. Remember that hand. That shows the power of the deck. That hand was Sage, Storm Chaser, and 5 of our 19 lands. 5! We had more than a quarter of our lands in our opening 7, and we killed our opponent on turn 4 pretty easily. Thunderous Wrath is a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Unfortunately, we have one in hand. Well, we're going to keep this. Hand's a bit clunkier than we'd like. That is the downside of Thunderous Wrath, is sometimes you got it in hand. Treetop Village. Opponent did some mulliganing. Well, Island go. Forest for our opponent. And there's Strangleroot. Opponent getting in. Well, we better opt. We will keep Wizard's Lightning. Untap. Play Sulfur Falls. Play Storm Tamer. Get in for 1. Pass the turn. Militant. And there's Rancor. Boo. Double boo. Opponent gets in. Yup. And passes. Well, play a Mountain. Play Soulscar Mage. And I think we're actually going to pass. This seems really strange, but opt in Wizard's Lightning. Let us kill Strangleroot by blocking. Wow, opponent gets frisky. Well, block and block. I guess if our opponent has multiple tricks, this could go poorly. Cast and opt. Trigger. Ooh, Adliz. Well, we will keep Adliz. Aspect of the Hydra. Wizard's Lightning. Pump, pump, kill, fizzle. Does our opponent have another pump spell? They do not. That was a good turn. We lost some spells, but we didn't lose any creatures. Opponent gets back Strangleroot. Recast the Rancor. Alright, well, we got a plan, and it's a good one. Play Atlas. Wizard's Lightning, Strangleroot. And this is where the deck gets scary. Pump with Atlas, everything. Everything else has prowess. Kill it. Go attacking. Hit our opponent. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew! So much damage. Now if we draw any spell, it's just absurd. Atlas is so good. Avatar on an empty board. Come on, give us just like any of our cantrips. Spire Bluff. I'll play Storm Chaser. Play the land in case we draw one more land, then we can Thunderous Wrath. Oh, it has reach? It does have reach. Well, that's fine. We're still pretty far ahead, even without Atlas. I completely forgot that had reach. Opponent passing. Land for Thunderous Wrath? We never want... Oh, we got it, too. All right, well... The 6-land Thunderous Wrath is not the plan, but we'll take it. To the face. Trigger Prowess. Swing with the crew. And, Thunderous Wizards. Whew. There's a power in that deck. That is a power. Ooh, boy. Thunderous Wrath. Why have we not been playing Thunderous Wrath before this? That card's insane. Alright, budget magic time. Playing some Thunderous Wizards in Modern, and this hand's looking pretty good. We have Soulscar on 1, Serum Visions plus Wizard's Lightning if we need it on 2, and probably Atlas on 3. Birds of Paradise. Do we really gotta bolt the bird? We probably do. Sulphur Falls, Serum Visions. Oh, that would have been better next turn. Well, let's bottom both the lands. Bolt the bird. Get in with Soulscar Mage. Hit our opponent. Down to 17. Wooded Foothills for our opponent. Cracks it. Down to 16. Dual land. Untap down to 14. Coiling Oracle. Oh, this is Copycat. Gets an Oath of Nissa. It is Copycat. Well, we're bringing the heat. Storm Chaser. Well, let's Atlas. Go attacking. Hit our opponent. Do we win next turn? I think so. I think we have turn 4 kill. Assuming our opponent can't disrupt us. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess they can block our Soulscar Mage. Oath of Nissa. Doing a bit of digging. Oh man, if that Thunderous Wrath timing was slightly different. There's Felidar Guardian. Temple Garden. Untap down to 9. Oh. Well, now we win even through a blocker. Alright. This deck has a lot of power. Atlas. Opponent passes. Well, let's Storm Chaser Mage. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks. Well, Wizard's Lightning. Your face. Do a bunch of prowessing. Pump everything. Pump, pump, and opponent scoops it up. That is the power of Atlas. Whew, and Wizard's Lightning. That was pretty good. That was pretty impressive. Okay. Copycat. 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 What do we go down? Searing Blood seems like it could be good. Disdainful Stroke also seems reasonable. It gets Felidar Guardian at least. Or maybe we just stay as aggressive as possible. Maybe we go to like down Thunderous Wrath. Down Sage, down Sage, down Thunderous Wrath, up Searing Blood, up 2 Disdainful Strokes. Yeah, let's try it like that. That seems fine. Okay. We got some burn. We got Atlas. We got a Chart a Course. Seems fine. Wins up to for our opponent and passes. We'll play the Mountain, play Lava Runner, pass the turn. Opponent. Oh man, opponent's missing their land drop. Uh-oh. Okay. We probably should be charting a course, but it's a Thunderous Wrath. How can we say no to just 5ing your face? Opponent cracks. Are they getting a path? Breeding Pool. Untapped. Yeah. I mean, to the face. We're pretty okay with that. I mean, our opponent took 3, essentially, or at least 2 extra to save that damage. Opponent cracks. Definitely not out of the woods. This deck can just combo off. Coiling Oracle. Please no land. Ooh, Fiery Justice. Okay. Opponent passes. Well, get in with Lava Runner. Opponent takes it. Chart a course. Sulfur Falls. We do have a lot of damage worth of burn spells in hand. Lotus Cobra. Opponent. Alright. Well, let's spend a Wizard's Lightning on Cobra. Green. They can't cast that next turn. Alright. Atlas? Go attacking? We have 12 points of burn in hand. Hit our opponent. Down to 10. Pass the turn. Stomping Grounds for our opponent. And passes. Well, let's turn Visions. Pump the Dorks. Bottom and bottom. Go attacking. Wizard's Lightning our opponent. And I think that should do it. I mean, our opponent can block, but then we just bolt again? Oh, Wizard's Lightning. And I think that does it. Whoo, Thunderous Wizards. Turn 4 kill, turn 5 kill. Whoo, the deck is pretty good. The deck is pretty good. Pretty good. All right, budget magic time. Playing some Thunderous Wizards in Modern, and we don't have red mana, but ooh, we have ways to find it. Oh dear. This is going to be challenging. Island and Serve Visions. Bottom, still no red mana. Pass the turn. Flying tokens are not good for us. Caves of Koilos. Ground tokens are also not good for us. Opponent passes. Oh no. Well, let's opt. Oh dear, this. Oh my goodness. Opt. Well, we finally found red mana, but we had to spend all of our cantrips to get there. Legion's Landing. Oh yeah, we are in the roughest of shapes. Down to 16. Opponent passes. Play a mountain. Lightning Bolt the lifelink token. Oh god. Huh. Seems like it might get easier after sideboarding when we can bring in more counters, but boy, this feels like a tough matchup. Let's opt. Also, this was a super rough hand. Alright, let's draw the chart of courses first. Pass the turn. So next turn we can probably attack chart of course. Opponent. Getting in. 4-2. Yep. Down to 12. And passes. Alright, well, get in with Sage. Hit our opponent. Chart of course. Play Soulscar Mage. If our opponent has nothing, we have a chance. Pass the turn. The problem is once I find like a Lingering Souls or something, I'm trying to think, our opponent must have like Spectral Procession, and maybe they drew more Leyline of the Meek, possibly Path to Exile. Alright, Path to Exile. Well, we get a land. Dear. That means Spectral's probably coming. Yup. That is a lot of tutus. Opponent gets in. Things are grim. How can we win? I don't think we can. Play Storm Chaser. Pass the turn. Opponent goes on the huge attack. Flips. Well, we need to block and block. And then Wizard's Lightning. Yep. Take 4. Opponent. Alright. That does it. Woo! Well, let's bring in some counters, which are pretty good against our opponent's deck. 4 Spell Pierces, a negate. I I guess we go down Thunderous Wrath in a Sage, and maybe we just run it like that. Yeah, let's run it like that. Hope we get a slightly better starting hand. Alright, we'll try this. Unfortunately, we're leading on a tap land. And opponent's leading on a ley line. Well, Sulfur Falls go. Opponent. See what our opponent's got. Plains. And there's the Legion's Landing. Yep. Not a land. Well, let's Serum Visions. Do we want more lands? Lava Runner doesn't seem great. Lava Runner to the bottom. I guess we'll keep Opt. Play the land. Play Soulscar Mage. Pass the turn. Chefet Dunes for our opponent. It's in for 2. Sure. Down to 17. Opponent passes. This is rough. We'll play Soulscar Mage. Pass the turn. There's Raise the Alarm. Alright. Let's kill the lifelink token. We can't really let our opponent flip Legion's Landing. Spending a burn spell on this isn't ideal, but opponent passing? Passing. We draw a Sage. They could have more Raise the Alarms. Well, let's start with Sage. Opt into our island. So we're drawing the island next. Keep it on top. Play the island. Go to combat. We gotta go attacking. Opponent blocks and blocks. Alright. So they killed the Soulscar Mage. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Alright. Tap land. This means the flyers can start coming next turn. Also means we're going to opt the land to the bottom. Wow, opponent gets in? Alright. Well, we'll take it. So let's opt. Mountain to the bottom. Draw Soulscar. Untap. So play Lava Runner. Play Lava Runner. Go attacking. Hit our opponent. Down to 14. Pass the turn. But this is where Spectral or Lingering Souls can come. And we didn't find any sideboard counters. Or Hero Blade Hold. Also not ideal. Opponent gets in. Well, let's see what we draw. A land. Ugh. I'll play Soulscar Mage. Attack with everything. Well, that works. Opponent blocks. Or not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Hit our opponent to 8. Pass the turn. Opponent goes attacking. Makes some tokens. Pumps the tokens. Well, I think we got to block. We go to... If we don't block, we go to 1. Yeah, let's block. And we just got to hope our opponent has nothing. We took out our Thunderous Wrath. There's Lingering Souls. Opponent passes. Does this do it? Play Adliz. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Maybe? Maybe Adliz? Opponent could have Path. Blocks. Unblocks. If our opponent has Path, it definitely doesn't do it. But they probably would have spent Path by now. Blocks. 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 Well, I mean, if they got Path, they got Path. We can't really change it. Cast the Bolt. Oh, we got there. No Path. No Path. Whew. All right. We snuck it out. We snuck it out in a super challenging matchup. Adliz showing the power. That was pretty impressive. Ah, oh, man, I'm missing Thunderous Wrath. It's so sweet. And it makes Sage a lot worse not to have it. Maybe we go up the Disdainful Strokes, too. Man, that's a lot of counters. Go down the Sages. Let's try it like that. Disdainful Stroke does get Hero Blade Hold, and it does get Spectral. Even if our opponent's only casting it for 3 mana, so might be worth it. Alright, we'll give it a go. We got some Storm Chasers. Caves of Koilos. Opponent passing. Well, Spire Bluff, and let's get things set up with Serum Vision. We kind of want both of these. Put on top. Put on top. Pass the turn. Shevet Dunes. That's some painful mana. Opponent gathers ye old townsfolk. Play an island. Man, we'd love to get down a Storm Chaser here. All right, we're going to do it. Storm Chaser Mage. This opens us up to our opponent having one of their big flyers. Okay, Servo Exhibition. That's less bad. We can deal with that. Opponent gets in, hits us, down to 18, and we might be doing it. Play Shivan Reeve. Play Storm Chaser number 2. Go attacking, because now we can leave up this Spell Pierce for this turn, and these Storm Chasers, they're going to get pretty big pretty quick. If it's Spectral, our opponent has to pay a lot of life. Opponent gets in, hits us. Yep, down to 14. It's Spectral. Well, we got to counter it. So, Spell Pierce. Opponent passes. Wait, does this mean we win? Play Storm Chaser. Go attacking. Is this just the turn 4 kill? Bolt your face. Bolt your face, and that is a lot of triggers, and that is a game! Woo! I did not think we were going to win that matchup. The flying tokens are so good against us, but turn 4 kills. Good against anyone, I guess. Whoo! Yeah, Atlas coming through in game 2, and then we just chased the storm in game 3. Sweet. All right, budget magic time. Playing some Thunderous Wizards in Modern, and we'll keep this. I mean, yeah, it's fine. We'll have to figure out our ordering here. So max damage is Serum Visions. Oh, we don't have double untapped red mana. Polluted Delta for our opponent. Well, let's see what we draw. I was thinking we could have Lava Runner come down with haste, but we draw an Opt, so I guess we can. Yeah, let's just Spire Bluff and Serum Visions. We draw land, bottom. Pass the turn. So next turn we can Lava Runner plus Opt and give a haste. Have a turn 2 Goblin Guide. Bloodstained Mire for our opponent. Cracks it. Blood Crypt down to 17. Don't mind seeing that. Probably a Death Shadow deck. Oh, Faithless Looting. Okay. Hollow One with Polluted Delta? Looks like a Hollow One deck. Oh, man. Well, this could go very wrong if they can... if they have 2 Hollow Ones, we're probably dead. Hopefully they do not. Oh, come on. Just one. Just one. All right. Well, I mean, that's game. I mean, sometimes Hollow One just has the Nutter Butters, and this... All right. Well, then, we're going to scoop it up. Yeah, I mean, that happens sometimes. That's Hollow One for you. You spin the wheel, see what happens. So bring in Tormod's Crypts, bring in Roasts, go down. We might have to, like, trim Thunderous Wraths and Sages. Tormod's Crypt isn't just game over, though. It does trigger Prowess. Let's go 2 Tormod's Crypts. All right, try it like that. Whoo, boy, that was a hand. That was a hand for our opponent. We get to play Mulligan first. Well, we got some Soulscar Mages. Many Soulscar Mages. Lightning Bolt. Our mana's clunky. I guess we keep it to the top. Spire Bluff and Soulscar Mage. Pass the turn. Opponent. Blood Crypt, untapped. And Flameblade Adept. I'll play an island, go attacking, hit our opponent. Opponent takes it. Man, I wish we had more red mana. I'll play another Soulscar. We'll take the hit from this Flameblade. Cycles a Street Wraith. Cycles a Hollow One. Interesting. Gets in, well, we'll take it. Untap. Lava Runner. Man, this man is awkward. Well, let's just kill Flameblade. Go attacking. Opponent down to 10. Their hand's a little less scary this go-around. Polluted Delta. Cracks it. Blood Crypt. Jeez, down to 7. Death Shadow. Oh my god, Death Shadow. Flameblade Adept. Okay. You got a lot of Death Shadows. Lava Runner. Man, we're gonna lose this. Wow. We can't even play 2 creatures. Well, roasted Death Shadow. Pass the turn. Yeah, I think we're We're dead. Oh, man. Well, this has been a brutal one. Brutal, brutal way to lose. Opponent gets in for 7. Sure. If our opponent takes damage somehow, there's a chance that we can Thunderous Wrath. Opponent passes. Lightning Bolt. Well, pass the turn. If we attack and bolt, we die. We gotta block. Yeah, we just gotta pass. So I guess our hope is to chump, bolt, and draw lethal. Polluted Delta. Opponent gets in. Well, block a Death Shadow. Bolt our opponent. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Tap the top of the deck and opt. All right, so now we pass. We pass. Faithless Looting. Okay. Pumps Flame Blade. Yup. Land. Another Death Shadow. All right, opt. All right, opt. All right. I mean, we're super dead. It's all about this opt. We can opt into Thunderous Wrath or any of our Lightning Bolt effects. Well, let's go for it. Opt. Come on. One time, deck. One time. You could do it. Scry. Mountain to the bottom. Oh, it's an opt. Yep. Opt. And now we're dead. Wow. What's on top? What's on top? There it is. One card. Oh, one card away. Oh, no. Well, they did draw 4 Death Shadows, which is kind of insane. Oh, we still had a chance to win it. Our deck barely betrayed us. Oh, dear. Well, sometimes Hollow One gets literally unbeatable draws, and we saw that in Game 1. In Game 2, just short. Just short. So what do we learn this week about Thunderous Wizards in Modern? And the deck is great. In our video matches, we finished 4-1. There was one other match I played with it that we actually lost, but had some issues with the recording. Didn't have my headset working right. So 4-2 overall. Either way, for a $99 deck in the Modern format, that's a great performance, and you could really see the power of the deck in a lot of our matches. It wasn't like we were just winning because our opponent mulled to 5 or mulled to 4, had their worst hands. We could just go toe-to-toe with a lot of the best decks in the format and bring them to their knees with this super aggressive Wizard deck. So the thing that makes the deck so exciting, and what we learned with these matches, is kind of like 2 or 3-fold. So number 1, Storm Chaser Mage with Adliz is just super insane. Those cards are so good. Everything else is kind of filler. Lava Runner, sure, that's fine. Soulscar has its purposes. Sage does the nice setups with Thunderous Wrath, but it is Storm Chaser Mage and Adliz that is the foundation of this deck, and those 2 cards, they deserve more consideration because they are insane together. Just turn 2 Storm Chaser, turn 3 Adliz, turn 4 cast your spells. That is enough to beat a lot of decks on its own in this setup. So that's number 1. Adliz great and Storm Chaser Mage, play them together because they work really well together. Number 2 is Wizard's Lightning is absurd. Like, sure, it's just a Lightning Bolt, as if Lightning Bolt ever deserves to be called just another Magic card, but having 8 copies of Lightning Bolt makes this deck really insane. That is the most powerful part of this deck. We never had a situation, I don't think, where we were stuck paying 3 mana for Wizard's Lightning. All the way from turn 2, usually, we were able to Wizard's Lightning at 1 mana, making it a real Lightning Bolt, and it just gave us an incredible amount of reach. Games that we didn't feel like we could win, we would get in just enough damage, and all of a sudden it's like, bolt you, get a bunch of prowess triggers, game over. So the combination of Wizard's Lightning and Lightning Bolt together, when you can consistently cast Wizard's Lightning for 1 mana, it is really good. Playing 8 Lightning Bolts in Modern feels like cheating almost, and this deck can cheat because we have so many wizards to support it. So those were the 2 big takeaways. Thunderous Wrath was also way better than I thought it would be. Like, Sage is nice, it's cute, I don't even know if it's actually necessary, honestly, but Thunderous Wrath was fine on its own. So it seems weird because when it's 6 mana, it's really expensive, but at 6 mana, we were still winning games with it. It's obviously, we had games where it was insane. We had games where we play Sage, stacked 2 Thunderous Wraths in a row on top of our deck, and we're like, all right, well, we just win. Like, well, what do you got, opponent? How can you actually stop this from killing you? That's 10 damage, half your life total for 2 mana. So that part of it is actually insane. But even just casting it for 6 mana worked out a lot of times. It feels like, oh, we'll never get to 6 lands in our 19 land deck, but with all of our cantrips and so forth, we can get to 6 lands if we need to, and if we know that's what we're playing towards, getting our opponent to 5 or less, and then Thunderous Wrathing for lethal, we do get to it fairly regularly. So, also, quick shout out to Get to Lava Runner. Card is pretty good. I was impressed with it. It's pretty close to a Goblin Guide in our deck. Not as good because you don't get that hasty damage on turn 1, but still, a 1-2 that by turn 2 or turn 3, the absolute latest, is a 2-2, and then all future copies are coming off the deck as Goblin Guides with no drawback, is very, very strong. So, overall, I'm sure there's improvements that can be made to the deck. Biggest one, fetch lands, shock lands, upgrading the mana base. Snapcaster Mage is absolutely absurd in this deck with the 8 lightning bolts, then we have like 12 lightning bolts, so that's a huge, huge addition. There's some other wizards like worth considering in a non-budget build. Vendilion Clique is kind of interesting, but Snapcaster Mage and better mana are the 2 biggest ways to just up the power of the deck, along with kind of twisting and changing the sideboard a little bit. We have a lot of fine cards in the sideboard, but our Graveyard Hate could be upgraded to like Relic of Progenitus. Maybe should have a little bit of Artifact Hate. I'm not sure, maybe we're just fast enough that we can get away without it, but something like Smash to Smithereens, maybe over some of the extra counters. We might have like 1 or 2 too many counter spells, so a couple of Smash to Smithereens could be a good option. But overall, Thunderous Wizards felt really, really strong. Worth exploring more. Atlas is great, Storm Chaser is insane, and Thunderous Wrath, no one expects it, and it's a great way to steal games. So I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out, really. It's a fun deck to play, so if you're looking for a way to take advantage of some of your new Dominaria cards in Modern, or if you're just like getting aggressive, casting spells, having the tribal synergies, give this one a shot, because I think you'll probably end up liking it. So anyway, that's Thunderous Wizards for Modern. That's our Budget Magic deck for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.